aversion become compassion, the craving become love, then actually we can live our life better.
In the heart of ancient Japan, there lived a wise and enlightened man called Hakuin. And he was known for his wisdom and his serenity, and lots of people came to him seeking enlightenment. So one day, this troubled young samurai, who was deeply troubled by existential issues of life and death, of pain, of peace, he came to him and he said, Master Hakuin, what is the true nature of heaven and hell? Hakuin looked at him and he said, why should I offer such profound teachings to an untidy, undisciplined, slovenly excuse of a samurai like you? So this young samurai got really angry. He reached out to his sword and he was about to pull it out, and he was in a real rage when Master Hakuin said to him, that is hell. So when the samurai heard this, he was very ashamed of his behavior, and he bowed deep and he apologized. And he thanked Master Hakuin for his teachings. And Master Hakuin said, and that is heaven. So this story is a reminder of the Buddhist concept that much of our suffering is created by our own mind and by our reaction to a situation. Welcome to Wellness Curated. This is your host, Anshu Bahanda. And our topic today is Teachings of Buddhism on Suffering. And it's part of the series, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Living. And I'm delighted to welcome the world-renowned meditation teacher, Yongey Mingyur Rinpoche. He's master of the Karma Kagyu and Nyingma lineages of Tibetan Buddhism. And his first book, The Joy of Living, debuted as a New York Times bestseller. Rinpoche, thank you so much for joining Wellness Curated. And we're very grateful you're with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. We're delighted that you could make it. So according to the Buddha, the first noble truth is the acknowledgement of suffering. So can you explain to us what does it mean to acknowledge suffering?
Yes. So suffering in the ancient language, in the Pali and Sanskrit also, dukkha. So dukkha, the real meaning of dukkha is dissatisfaction. So that dissatisfaction, it also manifests sometimes hollowness, like empty. So that hollowness is very difficult to fill by money, fame, power. All these material things cannot be filled, that hollowness. Or sometimes manifest sadness a little bit, or insecurity. And the most of the time we feel like incompleteness, that something is missing. So this is what we call the baseline of suffering, dukkha. And then entire our life, try to feel that one. Like if you are very busy, we think, oh, this is too busy, so many friends here and so many people are here. I want to have quiet time. And you come back home and rest. And within 5 minutes, you think, oh, I need to do something. Something is missing. Television, smartphone, call to my friend. So it's like drinking coffee. It's good for 20 minutes. And after that, we feel back to the baseline. So Buddha said, how to free that suffering? First important is to connect with that one, to recognize that deeper feeling of incompleteness or feeling of sad or feeling of little bit dissatisfaction. And when we recognize that, then actually we can do a lot. So we can feel that one. So how we can feel that hollowness with love, compassion, awareness, wisdom. So when we engage with these qualities, actually we feel like satisfying or warmness or completeness. So that's how the Buddha's teaching to be recognize suffering, but not just recognizing, to create or to practice the path that can lead to free from suffering.
Yeah. And you shared some very personal experiences about anxiety, about panic attacks that you'd had in your writing and your talks. How did meditation help you get rid of these? And also, was there a particular moment where you felt like, oh my God, this is helping me, like an aha moment?
Yeah, so I had panic attacks when I was young. I think panic developed with me around 7, 8 years old, and I didn't know at the beginning that was panic. I thought it's a heart attack. My heart is problem. I've been telling my mom, my heart is not good. I need to see with the doctors, and she brought me to many doctors. They say your heart is good, but I don't believe. So then, when I was 9 years old, we recognized there's kind of like panic attacks. So she recommended me to learn meditation from my father. At the beginning, I feel very shy that maybe my father said, you're too young or too stupid. But then she asked my father on behalf of me, and my father was very happy, and he taught me meditation. But my first question is how to fight with my panic attacks, because I really don't like my panic attacks. And my father said, don't fight. And I was surprised. Why? And he said, actually, the very thing that we want to fight with panic attacks, we want to run away from panic attacks, that makes panic become stronger. And actually, we don't need to fight panic attacks because the fundamental quality of our mind is wonderful. My father, he taught me meditation. One of my first meditation is breathing meditation. Watch the breath.
Okay.
And I feel so boring, I feel like stupid and boring because I want to get rid of my panic attacks. And he said, don't care about panic, but you care about your breathing. So breathing in, breathing out, aura again, breathing in, breathing out. But then actually, eventually, it kind of helping me. So I was surprised because I feel it's stupid, boring, every day doing something. I know I'm breathing. Why I have to say that I'm breathing again and again? And then my father said, because you are connecting with the awareness. The more you connect with these innate qualities, you feel more happy. So I had the aha moment.
Got it. So Rinpoche, this is going to really help the young people. There's a lot of panic attacks. There's a lot of anxiety amongst the youngsters. And a lot of people say it's because of their involvement in the digital world, because of the social media space, the internet space. And then there is another school of thought where they say that it could be because this generation is so in touch with their feeling. I'd love to know your thoughts on this in the Buddhist context.
There are so many factors in Buddhist context, what we call, if we want to grow a flower, we have to have soil, water, sunlight, oxygen, fertilizer, seed. So everything has pieces and they interconnect each other, what we call interdependent. So there's no one answer for everything. It depends on the circumstances, so many different things. For me, the most important for me is the more we connect with the innate quality, like we have this awareness, love and compassion, and the wisdom, then we feel more happy. We feel more resilient. For example, if you help others, if we do social work, we feel very happy, deeper level. We feel like that is me, or feel like coming home, or feel like we did something right. Why we feel like that? Because we are connecting with our innate quality. And same with the wisdom. So for me, try to connect with the awareness, love and compassion, wisdom. I think it really helps.
So as we're talking about resilience, how can the concept of impermanence help us develop a resilient mindset in this very fast-paced world that we're living in?
So what we call let it go, but don't give up.
Okay.
So that's the wisdom comes. So wisdom meaning knowing the reality as it is. So what is the reality? Change. Reality is like what we call our life is like wave of the ocean, always go up and down. Or it is like stock market, go up and down. Wisdom meaning to accept that. Accept our life is up and down. Then we know how to let it go. But letting go is not the giving up. For example, like if we are going somewhere and then in the end we reach the dead end, there's a huge wall in front of us. Then what should we do? So one choice is, this is our normal way. I need to go through this wall and bang our head to the wall. I need to go through. I go through this, or we give up. So this is and no hope, and on my life, I cannot do anything. So normally we do these two things. But then if we try to learn impermanence, if we learn how to let it go, then maybe we cannot go through this wall. That's true. We need to accept that. No matter how you bang your head to the wall, it damages your head, you cannot go through the wall. But it doesn't mean that you cannot cross the wall. There's so many different possibilities. Maybe just look around, staircase, and you go up and then put other side, or use rope, or rope climbing style, or maybe go to the right side, left side. Impermanence means full of possibility, potential. There's which and ways that new opportunities, new doors that we don't see normally. If you're not letting go, not accept the reality as it is, if we just fix with our own belief idea. So therefore, impermanence meaning accept, it's changing. And let it go, but don't give up.
That was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
So Buddha also said that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And the whole concept of nirvana in Buddhism, which is the cessation of suffering, is also, a very important concept. So how can we shift our perspectives so that suffering, or dukkha, as you call it, becomes a choice?
So when we connect with the awareness, love, and compassion, wisdom, and there's a lot of choice there. For example, this is just small example. If you are angry, or maybe hatred, or maybe sad, or these things, emotion comes, then maybe we want to get rid of it. We want to change. And normally not so easy, because our mind does the opposite. For example, when we tell ourselves, don't think about pizza, what will happen? We think about pizza more. No pizza, more pizza will come. Or another, what we call craving. For example, in the night, we want to sleep early, because tomorrow I have a lot of work. I need to sleep early. I need to sleep. What happened? Sleep disappears. So these two things, one is aversion, one is craving, and that is the causes of suffering. And that is not just pizza and the sleep. Everything about our life, with the relationship, with the work. So now how we can free this suffering? Small example is, if you are angry, the first important is just catch that you're angry. Oh, I'm angry. You don't need to say, hey, anger, keep quiet. Or you don't need to listen to anger. Just, oh, I'm angry. So when we are angry or the hatred comes, 2 or 3 seconds, if we just catch that one, there's a choice. Mm-hmm. And that is more powerful than saying, no anger, I will not angry, I will not angry 100 times. And then next, once you catch that one, then there's so many techniques. You can connect with the breathing. Let anger come, let anger go. Or let worry come, let worry go. Or let pizza come, let pizza go. But mind, be with the breath. You should not fight with the pizza, but not totally follow with the pizza. You come back to the breath, back to the breath. So then what we are learning is, if you let pizza come, so you're letting go of aversion. But you're not totally lost. You are being present with the breathing, so you're letting go of craving. So then these craving and aversion, based on ignorance, is the causes of suffering. And that three slowly dissolve. Then that is what we call nirvana.
So Rinpoche, just to understand this more, the worry, you're saying let it come, catch it, focus on your breath, and that will help you let it go.
Yes. So first you worry, you just recognize, oh, I'm worrying. Maybe you can say, worry is just thought. Worry is not me. Just recognize that. And then just watch the breathing and let worry come, let worry go. Our mind cannot stay with the breathing too long. Just few seconds, we forget the breath again. It's okay. Come back to the breath.
I will try it. Next time I'm worried about something, I'm going to try your breathing technique. So in your best-selling book, The Joy of Life, you worked with a number of neuroscientists and physicists, because you've done scientific research and meditation. Can you share some simple and effective techniques that we can use to help us cultivate joy and gratitude in our lives?
Yeah, so I've been like guinea pig since 2002. So I went to many laboratories. They put me in fMRI machine, EEG, and then there's a hot, kind of like hot water watch, kind of like while I'm meditating. And there's a lot of experiment try to trigger like emotion, fear, like that. What they found is not only me, there are many other long-term meditators that the mind become pliable, walkable. Normally, our mind does the opposite, right? As I mentioned before, no pizza, more pizza will come. I need sleep, sleep disappear. But the meditators' mind become more pliable, walkable in the brain. Many part of the brain works together. And even while not meditating, what they call the baseline meaning we are happy or not happy, there's some baseline. And that baseline cannot change by like even winning lottery or marriage or suddenly successful. All this change for a few years or few months, then come back to the baseline. But through meditation, even you are not meditating, the baseline is improved. So what are the techniques that we do? So one is the breathing meditation that I just mentioned. And the second is compassion. So this compassion is to first understand that we all have this wonderful quality within us, and not just you, everybody has it. And then you wish that these wonderful beings, everybody by nature is wonderful, may all of them be happy and have the causes of happiness. May all beings free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings, meaning including yourself, we practice what we call love and compassion. Three, appreciation and gratitude. So that appreciation and gratitude is just simple thing that I'm still alive. Wonderful. Actually, it's really a great thing, but we're taking for granted, right? I have senses, maybe eyes, ear, nose, whatever. I have roof. I have something to eat. I have friends and family. Maybe write 3 things in the book every day, 3 things, just 3 things. Maybe one day about you, one day about others, one day about the world. While we are having pain, we are really difficult to appreciate. But actually, we can use pain as a learning process to grow ourselves. So for me, the panic attacks is the one of the best kind of like teacher for me. And I still really happy that I had that panic attacks. Now I'm here because of that panic attacks.
And also the Buddha said that in separateness lies the world's greatest misery, and in compassion lies the world's true strength. So how does meditation help you develop compassion towards yourself and towards others? And also, how does then developing the compassion help you with suffering?
Yes, the first important is, as I mentioned before, that we all have this wonderful innate quality. So that means all of us has love and compassion 24 hours, even when we feel hatred. So do you believe or not?
Yes, I believe that. I'm a big believer in love.
Wonderful, wonderful. First, I received this teaching from my father. No, I didn't believe that. Sometimes when I teach this, some people and they feel shocked. They say, no, I don't believe that. But actually, what is the meaning of love? Meaning looking for something nice, happiness, sense of purpose, meaning good. Compassion meaning wanting to free from suffering, problem, obstacles, difficulty things. So this both maybe to you, maybe to others. For example, right now, maybe some of you watching this video. Why? Because you're looking for happiness. Each eyes blink is looking for happiness. Each breathing also looking for happiness. So even unconscious level, we are looking for happiness. Not just body, all the thought process, emotion, everything looking for happiness to avoid suffering. So that is the innate love and compassion with us all the time. But this innate love and compassion filtered by ignorance. Then the love become craving, compassion become aversion and craving, and then become cause of suffering. So I think how to develop this love and compassion. First, we need to see this in yourself, this innate quality. Just recognize. Maybe try now. Maybe you might have love and compassion, all of you. Even you try, that is love. And you might feel, I think I cannot feel it. That is compassion. Maybe you change your posture, try to keep relax, that is also love. Then we see these others, maybe first with your friends, family members, someone that you like, think about them. They are also same as us, wish to be happy, don't want to suffer, and you wish may he or she have happiness and the causes of happiness. So there's a love. May he or she free from suffering and the causes of suffering.
You also talk a lot, even in your talks and your writing, about what you just mentioned, aversion and craving. Tell us a bit more about that. Do we all go through that regularly all the time in our life?
Yes. Normally, we all have aversion and a craving. Without aversion and craving, we cannot survive. Of course, aversion has also a lot of wisdom in it, a lot of compassion in it. Craving has also love, all these things. But then it's become too much, become problem. So normally what we need to transform the nature of aversion and craving. Aversion become compassion. The craving become love. Then actually we can live our life better. So sometimes what we call, if I don't have attachment and craving, I cannot live my life. Normally it's true. But then if we transform, recognize the deeper level of feeling of love and compassion, then it's become wisdom. Wisdom, love and compassion, awareness help our life better and become more peaceful, more meaningful, and also become more successful, I think.
I grew up in India, and I grew up with a lot of stories about Buddhism. There's a lot of parables and stories involved. For centuries, there have been really interesting stories. Tell us your favorite story about Buddha's teachings on suffering.
Oh, on suffering, one of my favorite story is Buddha was in the palace in the Kapilapastu, now in Nepal. So Buddha has this question: what is the meaning of life? Where all these things comes from? Who am I? So there's sense of something is missing. Really kind of like a hollow incompleteness, dissatisfaction. Though he has a luxury life, and the father and the kingdom, they try their best to please him. But then he has this question. And one day he left palace, look for this answer. He cannot find it. And he thought, okay, now I should practice. And he sat next to river for 6 years of rigid meditation. Although he got so many meditation experiences, but still didn't get answer. Then in the end, he let go of study, let go of meditation. Be as it is. Be just natural. Then something is coming together. So then he found what we call the middle way. Not too tight, not too loose. Be with the reality as it is. So then he went to under Bodhi tree and he got enlightened.
Lovely. Thank you so much for your wisdom and for taking the time out to be here with us and for your profound teaching. Thank you.
Most welcome. And I'm very happy. Thank you very much.
So before I leave you today, I'd like to share an exercise with you. It's called the 5 Remembrances practice. And it's a really lovely exercise. It's based on reflection in Buddhism. It's meant to help you cultivate a deeper understanding of life's nature and to encourage living with mindfulness and compassion. So please go find yourself a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Sit in a comfortable position with your spine straight but relaxed. So make sure you're relaxed. Now begin by taking 3 deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of the air entering your nostrils and leaving your nostrils. Allow your mind to settle and your body to go into a deeper and deeper relaxation with each exhalation. Now slowly contemplate each of the following truths. I am of the nature to grow old. I cannot escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. I cannot escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. I cannot escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change, and there is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belonging. I cannot escape the consequence of my actions. My actions are the ground on which I stand. Now think about how this awareness can change your priorities and the way that you interact with those around you. Consider the actions that you take in your daily life to live in harmony with these truths. So for example, Would you be more compassionate now towards those around you, now that you know that they have this, living with the same truths that you are living with? I hope you will carry this mindfulness and awareness into your daily life. And I hope you will make this a regular practice, doing this once a week to reduce your suffering and to increase your capacity for joy and compassion. Thank you for being here with us today. I hope you learned something new. I hope we've helped you lead a healthier, happier life in some way. And we hope to see you for our next podcast, which is where we're going to be peeling back the layers of the Greek and Roman concept of Stoicism. Until then, stay well.